Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, welcome to today's class. I'll be going to be taking you this course of agricultural engineering. I'm Paul. So first of all, today we are going to, before we move on, I want to call the register. So well done, Cheruyat.
Present.
Elona.
Present.
Jospat.
Present.
And then Lois.
Present.
So thank you, class, for that. I think everybody is in. So I want to review the previous lesson that we did on irrigation. So we talked about furrow irrigation. And as you can see clearly that furrow irrigation was all about directing water into the field by use of, you can create something like ditches or trenches that are directed towards your farm. So that was what we did last week. So today I want us to look at another type of irrigation, and allow me to share the screen. So can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, class?
No. Not yet. No.
What about now?
No.
What about now? Is it there?
Not yet. Yes.
Let me try and see what's happening. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. There was a small technical glitch. So you can continue now from there. So from my screen, you see that we have drip irrigation, drip or trickle irrigation. So I'll be taking you through that. I'm Paul. So we can look at objectives of today's lesson. So we need to know how to define what drip irrigation is all about. Also, again, we illustrate drip system layout, and then also we state the advantages and disadvantages of trickle irrigation. So we'll go straight to introduction. So as we said earlier before, is that drip irrigation is all about releasing water at small quantity. Normally you use pipes, but those emitters on the pipes are normally placed at every plant so that it goes direct to the roots. And the release of water is at a very low rate. That is between 2 to 20 liters per hour. So, and normally it is occasionally. You can do it for either 1 to 3 days, then you stop, and then you repeat again. So that is drip irrigation. So we look at the layout. So from the layout, it is there. Can you see it? Can you see the layout?
Yes.
Yeah, so from the layout, we can see that we have a well. So it can be a well or any source of water, and maybe a lake or a river. Then the water is pumped to a tank that is normally raised. As you can see, it has some pressure gauges, and the tank has what you call a sand filter. That is to remove the soil particles that may get into the tank. So now we have the main line. So that is the main line. Water goes through the main line, which means that once you have the main line, you can have a subline depending on the way you have divided your land. So this subway now is the one that will give us the lateral pipes. So these lateral pipes are the ones that has emitters and are directed to the plants, and then now water will drip in to the soil directly. So, and then now that is the layout. Those are the components we talked about: the pump station, the control head, the main lines and the sublines, which we've talked about, and then the laterals, the ones that are directed now to the plants. And then we have the emitters. So from there, we look at advantages. So advantages of this type of irrigation is that less water is required, and then also it reduces, I can admit some people here, then we continue. So it reduces considerable, it can save water. Also the salts, it can reduce salt concentration because water will be flowing through the roots down deep. Then also when you're using soluble fertilizers, it is good because it will allow them to dissolve. Then we can also say it is efficient compared to the other types of irrigation. Then operates on much lower line pressure. That means that if you look at others like the others, they require a lot of energy. This one, if you raise the tank, you can easily get the required pressure, which is very low. Then disadvantages, we see that it has a high initial cost, and then also we have distribution of water is poor because of the low pressure. And you can see a quote there: drip irrigation is where every drop counts. It means that you don't waste water, you direct it exactly to the roots of the plant. At times, the other systems, you direct water to the land and it covers a lot of area without even going to the exact point, which is the roots. So in summary, before I summarize here, can somebody tell us what we have learned today in a nutshell? Well done. What have we learned today? Well done. What have we learned today? Or anybody else? Josephat?
Okay, we have learned that drip irrigation involves dripping of water into the soil at a very low rate.
Yeah, true. So I think we've learned about drip irrigation today, and we've said that it is dripping of water, as you have said, which is correct. And also we have looked at the disadvantages and advantages of drip irrigation. So before I leave, I want to give you an assignment. So you go and describe the sprinkler irrigation system and give its advantages and disadvantages. So I think that is the end of our class today. Hope you enjoyed. Until the next class, I thank you for your concentration.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Bye.